If you have multiple sclerosis and something suddenly feels off, maybe some numbness or tingling extreme going down your leg, maybe you have extra fatigue that you've never experienced before, or maybe you have some major vision changes, this video could quite possibly help you save you weeks, maybe months of stress and confusion. Hello, I'm a registered nurse. I have multiple sclerosis. And if you stay tuned, I'm going to go over everything to help you get through a flare. Stay tuned and check it out. Hi, hello, how are ya? What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Those of you that don't know me or are new to my channel, my name is Erin. I'm a registered nurse and I also have multiple sclerosis. They've coincided where I was diagnosed the very year that I became a new grad nurse. Go figure on that. Yeah. I am here, my plight is to try to help people get through multiple sclerosis, especially in that new diagnosis phase, because it feels like a total sucker punch to your gut and it's scary and you don't know what the hell's going on. I know, I was there, and that's what I want to help you with. So today we're going to talk about flares and getting through it. So first thing, what is a flare? Well, ultimately, a flare is when your body is super attacking itself, for whatever reason. It can be brought on by stress. There's a lot of factors that play into it. Could be maybe infection. There's a lot of things. That said, nonetheless, your body's attacking itself. So how does that come about? How do you know? Well, you're definitely gonna know in that possibly you might feel some extreme numbness or tingling. Could be in one of your, any of your arms, legs, could be different parts of your body, like in your trunk area. You might feel or experience some vision issues. You might have maybe dark spots, blind spots, or maybe blind entirely in one eye. You might also have some double vision issues, some blurriness. You might experience some kind of cognitive, like you're just not on your game and sharp. You might feel like really forgetful and just like, I can't concentrate kind of thing. You might feel extremely fatigued and tired, maybe almost like, is this mono? What the hell's going on? No, it's not mono. It could be very likely an MS flare. So that is how it manifests. Part is, it could be, number two, it could be a pseudo-flare. Okay, now you're going, how the hell do I distinguish the difference between a pseudo-flare and an actual flare? Well, the first thing and the most obvious thing is that in a pseudo-flare, it may not last very long. It can easily, maybe within just a day or two, go away. And you're like, oh, okay, now I feel all right. And maybe, for not having done anything. And that's great, that's what you want. However, a regular flare is going to last much longer than even 48 hours. Mine particularly went on for probably a good couple months. That was ultimately because I didn't know what was going on. But the other thing is to rule out a pseudo-infection versus a pseudo-flare versus a regular flare is to possibly check, are you starting to feel a little kind of like a cold might be coming on, check for signs of infection, see if you have a fever, things like that. And very possibly once those things resolve, your flare may resolve with it. So that can be two things that coincide. Pardon me. The third part, that's kind of one and two meshed together. The third part is when to call your neurologist. Again, if this flare has lasted longer than 48 hours, if you find that you're experiencing extremeness in what's going on with your body, so maybe that numbness or tingling, it's that times maybe like 3. It might involve maybe some sensations of like cramping, some pain. You're not able to hardly even walk. Maybe you're not hardly able to use, if it's up in your upper extremities, you may not hardly be able to use your hands. You're experiencing blindness where you can't drive, obviously. And maybe even your cognition, maybe it's affecting school or work or something where you're like, there's no way I'm getting a damn thing done. So things like that, and keeping in mind, it's sustained. So things like that, make sure you call the doctor. Let him know there's a little caveat there, of course. Sometimes you maybe if there's a little instance where you don't quite have your neurologist set up yet and you're waiting, you can possibly, I would suggest, looking to your PCP. That is a possibility. Explain what's going on to your primary care physician, and they may be able to help you. If they don't help you directly, they will hopefully be able to get you a referral or get you someone or somehow to be able to take care of what's going on with you. Otherwise, your neurologist, reach out directly through whatever means, whether it be a call. I'm sure they have nurses that work in their clinic that can certainly help you get things taken care of. So, what are they going to take care of me with? That's number 4. That will likely be steroids. Steroids is the most common, usual way to treat. It can be either oral, it could be either IV, depending on how severe they feel the flare might be. Now keep in mind, this does not fix your multiple sclerosis. This is only getting all of that inflammation that's creating what's going on in your body and that discomfort. It's gonna bring that down. Unfortunately, with steroids, there are tremendous side effects. Steroids, from a nursing standpoint, and probably even from a physician, steroids are a curse and a blessing. They're great in that they definitely are effective when it comes to inflammation. They'll take care of you there, no problem. However, it comes with side effects where you're gonna feel maybe a little puffy, a little bloated. It will spike your blood sugar, unfortunately, so you kind of might have to watch your sugar intake as you're taking steroids. You're gonna wanna hydrate with that, just to kind of make sure you're flushing all of that crap out. And it's gonna leave you more susceptible to infections in general. So you're gonna make sure that you're doing lots of hand washing and kind of keeping out of those areas where you feel like, maybe if there's people at work that might be sick. If you have to be that person, wear a mask. I hate to say it, just to protect yourself. If you're on, it could be the case. So just things to think about. But that's ultimately what a treatment's gonna look like. During a flare, what can you do? The first thing is you're obviously going to be freaking the hell out, which I get it, and going, oh my God, I can't do what I normally do. So first thing would be lean on your support people. Hopefully your friends, your family can help you out with some tasks. You might have some issues with walking. And in that case, maybe even you might need a cane or a walker or something, just for the time being to help you get by. Obviously, you don't want to end up breaking something, so a fall would suck. Yeah, I know using a cane and a walker sucks too. You might feel like an old person, but this is just one of those things. Hey, decorate the hell out of your cane or your walker. Put some snazz to it, glitter it up, whatever. Make it fun, but make sure it's just for the meantime. Make sure you know that it's not forever. This is all temporary. So yeah, you might need to lean on your people, lean on your friends, lean on your family, quite literally lean on your assistive devices. Take time for you. Don't feel any sort of guilt whatsoever for what you need at this point in time. If you need to spend all day in bed, do it. That's fine. Like I can tell you, there's tons of places, there's tons of streaming things that are totally free. That's the good news. Ask me, I'll let you know. Hashtag Pluto, hashtag Tubi. Just a couple things. Find whatever you can do to entertain yourself. I would also recommend any way of de-stressing that you possibly can, whether that be journaling, whether that be through some meditation, maybe some guided meditation. There's tons of resources. There's a free app. Insight Timer is a great app I always recommend. It's totally free. And YouTube has a lot of guided, like calming music type things that you can find just to kind of bring it down. Make sure you're maybe if you are able, fresh air, get outside. If you're able to take a walk, take a small walk, and just really be as kind and as gentle with yourself as you possibly can. Don't punish yourself, don't punish others. This is just a crap situation. It's not your fault, and this is only temporary. So know that. I just want to put out there, and I think I kind of already touched upon it, is that you're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna feel fear. You're gonna feel frustration. You're gonna probably feel, it's gonna be kind of like the same, I don't want to get all like Kubler-Rossi, like the stages of grief, but it's going to be similar to that. And I mean, because in a way you are grieving, right? You're grieving who you were as a person before you realized you had MS. Everything was fine. You were running through the fields and all the things, whatever. I know, but just be kind to yourself. Know that this is nobody's fault. Quite literally, shit happens and MS happens, and it sucks. It sucks having this disease, but if there's one thing that I can pass on is, this is kind of weird, but I agree. This is a good time to have MS. I know it sounds crazy to say that, but the good news is they've got so many more medications. They keep coming out with new ones as we speak, and I believe wholeheartedly that they're going to come very close to a cure within our lifetime. That's my belief. But it's so highly treatable now as opposed to if we were diagnosed like 30 years ago. And for those of you who were, my heart goes out to you. Hopefully you have the resources and the means to treat as you need to. And that's ultimately, what we can do. I know it's frustrating though, but hang in there. You have support. And like I said, if anything, reach out to me. I'll be your support. I would love if you're so inclined, in the comments, write flare. I'd be happy to reach out to you and talk to you. Send me out your email address. I'd be happy to, make contact with you. My email, of course, is in the comments or in the description section. And yeah, just please, if this helped, I hope this helped. I know it was rambly. I know I'm looking over here at my notes. We'll figure that out. But please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to continue this and build a kind of a community of particularly us newbies. I know I'm not a newbie, but I have been a newbie. I've been in your shoes. And to really support each other, because MS sucks. It just flat out sucks, but it can be conquered. I fully believe that. It's just a bump in our lives, but it's a small bump. We're gonna get over this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Take care.